him off the reps.
One sits at the front, one sits at the back. Your pins, banners.
That way.
One sits at the front, one sits at the back.
Okay, we're going to sit there for
Would you please welcome to the stage the presentation party? And before we get to the results, first of all, we'll hear a few words from this afternoon's adjudicator, Christopher Boyd. Bond, sorry.
Well, thank you very much. And firstly, it's great to see all of you here. What an afternoon I've had this afternoon. Such a fantastic afternoon. I do a lot of adjudicating, actually, and quite often, in fact, more often than not, as an adjudicator of brass band competitions, I'm sat in a box. I was adjudicating here at the Scottish Open Brass Band Championships yesterday, and myself and the other adjudicator, Owen, were sat in the box. We couldn't see what was going on. It's all very serious, and we have to make sure that there's absolutely no kind of bias towards any of the bands. Of course, that is the case today, but it's so lovely to be able to sit outside of a box and see all of the young people that have been performing, because it really does add to the overall experience as an adjudicator when you're able to see what is going on in front of you. So a really, really good day for that, I've got to say. We've had some fantastic performances this afternoon. I think a total of 15 performances that I've watched this afternoon, all of which had such brilliant moments within them. So good to be able to hear all of the bands that played. And I think that every single person that performed on this stage this afternoon should be really very proud of themselves. And I think we should probably give them a round of applause to everyone that took part. Just briefly want to just give you tiny, very quick kind of insight into my background. Unfortunately, I didn't grow up in Scotland. I'm very sad about that, being here in Scotland this weekend. But you'll be pleased to know I am from another Celtic nation. So I grew up in Cornwall and kind of spent the first 18 years of my life down in Cornish youth brass bands. And the experiences that I had in my local youth band until I was 18 years old were just fantastic, and I made such good lifelong friends in my youth band, people that I'm still in touch with today, really good friends with today, people that I go on holiday, all kinds of relationships that I formed when I was a teenager and even younger, actually. I cannot recommend it enough, and I'm sure that many of you that took part today have already formed brilliant friendships through being a member of the band, but also that will just continue to develop, and you'll keep those friendships and those relationships all the way through your life. So really, really a fantastic thing for all young people to get involved with and do for as long as they can, really. I would highly recommend it. And I've fortunately been able to make a career out of it, which just goes to show there is money in music. If you work hard enough, just keep going for it, because there's so many brilliant opportunities and there's such talent on display today. I've got no doubt that many of you will go on to do great things as well. One more thing that I just wanted to say is just a little bit about the performances today and what I was looking for. Obviously, as primarily a music competition, I'm really just looking for the basics of music within playing to be covered really well. So good ensemble, good togetherness in the playing, good intonation, everything nicely in tune, things balanced really nicely. So all of those basic principles of good music making and good ensemble playing I was looking for today. We had that in abundance today, and unfortunately I do have to kind of give bronze, silver, gold awards. I've tried to do that as kind of evenly distributed and as fairly as I think is possible, but for all of the bands that took part today. Just everyone was so great. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So thank you very much, and best of luck to all the people that are hopefully winning their sections. But really, really well done to everyone today. So thank you.
And now is the time for those of you with the sweepstake to get your stopwatches ready as I introduce the SABA President, Carrie Bogues.
So as I'm speaking, just in case you switch off, there is a lovely survey form if you can scan it with your phones that we would really appreciate if you could fill out and just give us some feedback on what has been, for me and for our team here at SABA, another fantastic Festival of Brass. 3 days of amazing music making and family coming together, friendships, and really, hopefully, you've all felt the same being here. We are so grateful to so many people that have helped make this the success that it's been. And, first of all, really, I have to say a huge thanks, like Christopher, to all of the young people that have been here today. What a great way to finish 3 days of making music, starting with our challenge bands last week, our Scottish Open, our youth percussion contest, and then finishing today from smallest to tallest, and all the adult supporters. Again, our sincerest thanks for being here. We really, really, really are delighted that you were able to join us. Can I thank as well our adjudicators who have worked really hard. Last weekend we had Brett Baker join us and Alan Widdop at the challenge. This weekend, someone said it's been their favourite adjudicators, but I won't name any names. Owen Farr and Chris, not only were they adjudicating yesterday and today, but they both delivered really informative and supportive and helpful and insightful workshops that I hope you've benefited from. Thank you, Chris, and our thanks to Owen as well. Thanks to our compeers, Brenda, Robert and Damien, who over the 3 days have had a tough job, but have helped things running very smoothly and ensured that our results were delivered and that everything was above and board and beyond. Been great, really. And our sponsors, we couldn't really make events like this and host the events that we are able to host in Perth Concert Hall without the support of our sponsors. To Band Supplies, Ronnie Tennant and his team, to Besson, supporting our Scottish Open, Ewan Meikle and Giancarlo for attending and supporting. All of our traders, whether last weekend or this weekend, helped to make that festival feel really happen. And it's lovely to see some face paints as well, brighten up the stage and brighten up the hall today. So thank you to all of our traders and supporters. Also, our diamonds, as I call them, our volunteers who are bands people themselves or have family connections. Whether they were helping set the stage, looking after the bands, helping in the warm-up rooms, working at the trade stands, working on ICT, recording our events, or even where the heart of the hub has been this past 3 days, feeding us all. Our sincerest thanks to them all. They really worked so hard, tirelessly, and really we couldn't make this event happen without them. I'm not naming any names, but what I would like to do just now is just invite our team of SABA volunteers, whether they're in the audience, I can see some, or they're at the side of the stage, or they're hiding round the corners, if they could just come out just now so that you can acknowledge your thanks to them for making the event happen. Where are you all? Stand up, please, or come on board. No. Caroline. Come on. I think there's some hiding or too shy. Yeah, and we've got some ambassadors at the back, ambassadors at the sides. Really, without you all, we couldn't make this happen, so my sincerest thanks to you all. Hopefully you've not been frightened off and you'll be back next year at future events, so please remain with us if you can and enjoy the rest of the presentation ceremony. Thank you. And they're off. I knew they would be. I had written down tomorrow, but there is no tomorrow, but there is future events. So, we have next year, on the 11th of January, SABA's AGM. We have a Festival of Learning as well. Please check out our website for some of the workshops and training opportunities that are happening. We have on the 8th and 9th of March our regional championships, bands in the 4B section, right the way through from 4th to 1st championship section will be performing on this very stage. Competing to represent Scotland in Cheltenham and London at the Royal Albert Hall. And we then have our National Youth Brass Band courses, Easter courses for our reserve and senior bands from the 8th to 11th of April in Strathallan, and also from the 19th to 25th of July in Strathallan for all 3 bands at our summer courses. And then finally next year, we will be back here again. I'm delighted to announce, with the support of our sponsors, on the 22nd of March, our Scottish Challenge, and the 29th and 30th of November, we will have our Youth Championships and our Scottish Open. Please, please, please don't be anywhere else. Put those dates in your diary and please join us. Please get involved. We do it all for the goodness of music making, for brass percussion, for the social aspect and for the community feel that brass band music making here in Scotland brings. My thanks to you all again. Please make sure that you put those dates in your diary. Winners, losers, in my eyes, you're all winners. Keep making music. Have a lovely Christmas. Safe travels home, and we'll see you here again in 2025. Thank you. And I forgot one thing. I'm now going to hand over to the SABA Education Officer, but before I do, and I don't like to single anyone out because we are part of a team, but they've got a huge team of volunteers helping the Education Committee. But John Boakes, our Education Officer, does a power of work behind the scenes. I can testify for that. Tries to get it right for everyone, tries to offer as much support and advice and direction as he can. So I'm going to hand over to John. Thanks, John, from me and all of us for making this a brilliant event. And I'm going to hand over now to John for the results. Thank you.
You'll be pleased to know I'm not going to say too much, unlike Carrie. So this should be quite quick. Before I do so, I'm very proud of all the young people over the past 2 days. This is the highlight of my year. It may be a lot of work putting it together, but you make it worthwhile. So thank you to all of the performers today. Well done. So, Christopher has awarded the bands either a gold, a silver or a bronze, and we have certificates to show that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call out the band and the award. Christopher will hand it over, and if both of the representatives come for a photograph. So first of all, we have Galashiels Youth Band, and they've got a gold award. Stranraer Brass Training Band, and they've got a silver award. Okay.
Is Lorraine here? Lorraine Quinn? Calling Lorraine Quinn? No? No, so their bus had to leave to go home. One of our members was going to take it to them, but she's tidying up, I think.
So just put that on the table. So, Kings Park Youth Brass, a bronze award. Okay. Yeah. Broxburn and Livingston Future Brass, a bronze award. Whitburn Youth Band, a gold award. Campbelltown Intermediate Band, a gold award. Bathgate Youth Band, a silver award. I think someone's going to take that one, so they've gone as well. Yes, they've gone home too, so. Perthshire Youth Brass, a gold award. Kirkintilloch Youth Band, a bronze award. No. Newton Grange Youth Band, a silver award. And the winners of the intermediate section are the group drawn number 8, Perthshire Youth. And now the certificates for the development section. Lonehead Brass Youth, a silver award. Scottish Borders Youth Brass Band, a silver award. Irvine Youth Band, a silver award. Campbelltown Development Band, a gold award. And now to the result of the development section. The winners are the group drawn number 4, Campbelltown Development. And now to the result of the senior section. I wonder who has won. So can we ask the representatives for Riverside Youth Band, who received a gold award, to please have this wonderful trophy as the winners of the senior section. Riverside. So if all the winning groups could maybe meet